Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Above the Bar podcast, where each week we belly up to the bar with a new guest, find out what they do, who they are, and what makes them great. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Alrighty, folks, welcome back to the Above the Bar podcast. It's your host, Sean. We are bellied up to the bar today. We have brought with us, and I don't even know what city Smoke is in, so we're going to go with a couple of them. We're going to go with the goon of the I don't know. We brought with us Justyce Smoke. I couldn't come up with any good ones for him. Normally I have all these great lines and everything. Check your mic here, Justyce. I know you can hear me, but I don't think I'm not hearing you right now. Unplug your mic for your headset from your stuff and just go with the sound on your phone. Let's see if that works. Poor Justyce. You can just see, like, I guess this is probably what it's like just before a fight. He's all stressed the hell out and everything. You there, Justyce? Talk to me for a little bit. You got no sound, brother. He looks good though. If you're watching the live, he looks good right now. Now it's showing him muted. So let's see. Now he's unmuted. Justyce, this is horrible. Are you at the arena right now? That's what makes it so bad, is like the poor guy. He's completely stressed out. He's at the arena. He's got the heavy bag there. He's ready to go. And he just can't get no sound. I might be overworking myself there, Nate, but we got to figure this out. Justyce, is your phone turned up? Let's try that. It's not turned. I don't know what's going on. He can't talk to me. Did you beat your phone up? Let's start with that. Did you beat your phone up? There's no sound there, brother. I don't know what's going on. I'm checking all my levels. Hold on a second. Let's try some. Talk to me, brother. Let's see. Maybe I was messing with a level and didn't realize it. Nope, that's all still good. So Justyce is trying to fix his sound, folks. So while Justyce is doing that, Angie Smoke, Bluetooth attack. Angie says your Bluetooth is Angie. Go find him. He doesn't realize that his Bluetooth is attached to his car and that he's just talking into his car right now. He doesn't realize that. So go help him. I'm assuming you're like sister or wife. I don't know, but Angie, go save Justyce. So while Justyce is getting his sound fixed, we'll go with this real quick. So we bellied up to the bar today. As we always say, we're going to have Justyce. We're talking about this internet. I'm too far away. Don't be too far away, Angie. He needs you. We're talking about Ice War. So what this is it's the only part of hockey that I have any interest in, which is the fighting. Normally for me, hockey is an extremely boring sport. I have no interest in it. I've been to plenty of hockey games, and they're fine if you're into it. But my issue is it's not exciting for me. That being said, home opener for the Albany Fire Wolves is this weekend, and I love lacrosse, which it's kind of the same idea. But somebody's actually let's see here. Nate says sometimes he goes out of StreamYard and comes back in and fixes it. Yeah, he just popped out. He's trying to get it fixed right now. So what is pretty interesting about this Ice Wars, though, is it takes the best part of hockey, which is the fighting, and that's it. They're in skates, they're on ice, they're in pads, they're in the whole 9 yards short of a helmet, and they get to throwing hands out there. Why is my computer? I have this on focus. It's never supposed to do this. I can hear it dinging in my ear right now. So it's got all those best parts about it going on. So when Justyce gets all his stuff fixed, we're going to talk about that as we're getting ready, though. But maybe you got something that you're supporting, something you're looking to get involved in, something that you want some folks to hear about. We can get you all hooked up with that, and you send me you contact me, and we're going to talk about behind my shoulders here, sticker and a cause. Send me a message, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, even our email. It's all the exact same thing. Justyce, are you there? Can you hear me? I don't know why you have no sound, brother. Like, for whatever reason, I'm trying to figure out what is going on here. Device not connected. Yeah, he keeps popping back up. So the big thing is um, with Sticker in a Cause, you contact me, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, all those different platforms. Let me know what it is that you've got going on. I'll give you the address where to send it. You send me your sticker. We put it up on the big board and we let everybody know about what you got happening here. So once again, folks, that's Sticker and a Cause. But maybe your media seems like it's getting beat up on in the rink and you need to go ahead and upgrade that. Well, we can help you out with that also. And that's all you got to do is contact us here and you let me know what you got going on. We'll hook you up with Media by Dibs. That's Media by Dibs, DIBS on Instagram and on Facebook. It's Media by Dibs. And if you contact him on any other of his platforms, you can find him as Andrew Dibble. All right. Let's see here. Let's see if my man's got it all fixed and we got some smoke show. Smoke, can you hear me? Now you're muted. I can see it's muted right now. Talk to me. Nothing. Can you hear me? I cannot hear you. I can see your lips moving. Your lips are doing a lot of work. Nate, I just sent you a message. Check your Nate, check your Facebook Messenger. So yeah, so we're gonna, as soon as Smoke can get this figured, Nate's gonna try to, I'm gonna see if Nate can jump on here real quick. We're gonna talk a little bit about this. He's Smoke's trying to send me messages. I don't know why it's not working. I don't know either. On my end, it's saying that you're connected. I am not your tech guy. I'm assuming everybody can hear me out there. Nate, as I said, check your Facebook Messenger. So we'll see if we can get Nate to come on for a minute because we were talking about some other things that him and I got going on. So we'll get that happening. But like I said, we're still going to talk about Ice Wars. We're still going to see what we can get figured out here. If you've ever seen it, I'd love to know if anybody listening to us right now has ever seen it, or if there's anybody else who's ever been a part of Ice Wars. Send me a message. Would love to have you come on while Smoke's getting his stuff going, and you can tell me a little bit more about it. Angie, I may have to bring you on, and you can tell me about Smoke and let me know, because I don't know if you're a sister or his wife. I don't know, but you could tell me a little bit about Smoke and what he was like growing up and what you thought when he first got into these Ice Wars. So Rachel, you say it's amazing. So you've watched it. In a minute here, Rachel, I'm going to find, let's see, where are you watching this at? On Facebook? Let's see if I can find you, Rachel. I'll send you a message on, so she's the mom. So Angie, you're the mom. That's even better. Angie, I will get you on here. That's his mama. Everybody's telling me that's his mama. So Angie, I'm going to have to, well, Angie, if I can figure out how to find your son, tell him to send you the link, and I will talk to you about Ice Wars, and you can tell me what you think about Ice Wars, because I would love to hear the perspective from a mom about her son fighting this, because that's an angle nobody ever takes. We all talk about the fighters and how they got into it, but I don't think anyone's ever talked to a fighter's mom to get their opinion. Angie, you're laughing. I'm going to send you a message here in a moment. And if I can find you on Facebook, I will send you the link and you can jump on here and you can tell me all about watching him do this and what your feelings were on it. Let's see if I can find me Angie Smoke. We're going to check out our Facebook Messenger here. See if I can find Angie. I found you, Angie. So let's see. Oh, Justice is back. Justice, how about now? Talk to me. Talk to me, Justice. Justice, I'm going to get your mom on, and your mom's just going to tell me all about it. Is that good? Give me a thumbs up if that's good. Can you hear me at all, Justice? You can't even hear me. Like, don't punch things. He looks like he's ready to punch stuff. Look, Angie, you I like it when people think I'm kidding. Let's see. Copy, Angie, message. Let's see. Boop. There you go, Angie. If you check your messenger, you can go ahead and it's in your messenger. I can't hear you, brother. I don't understand. Like, I've never Poor guy. He keeps jumping off on and off. Angie, it's in your messenger mailbox. So you can get him and you can jump on and we'll bring you on. And then Rachel, you're next on the docket here. I'm gonna get everybody come on tonight. These things happen. You know, I give let's see. Oh, here comes Big Nate. Look, Big Nate's gonna come on. Can you hear me, Nate?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, I can hear you. So we're gonna see if Smoke gets on. So what do you think? So Nate, for those who don't know, Nate's a good buddy of mine. We play in fantasy football. I beat him often. He only selects kickers all the time. I don't
No,
understand.
that's not true.
Just accept the fact that he only takes kickers in all of his plays. Look, Rachel, tell your sister, get on there. I sent her the link. We're gonna have to wait to see if she jumps on. She's got it. She's gonna jump on here with us. But what do you think about this? Like, it's an all fighting league. There's no sticks, there's no hockey being played. It's just in pads and it's just throwing hands.
That sounds awesome. When does that start?
So they're up to their third one. I think all of them have been done overseas. If Justice can get on here, we'll find out, or if Angie can get on and tell me. But they've all been done overseas, as far as I know. Oh, here we go. Oh, and Justice. Let's see. Hi, Angie.
Hi.
Justice, can you hear your mom? Nope. So we know what he needs for Christmas, right, Angie?
What did I miss?
He needs a microphone and a headset. So
and
working internet.
Good internet. Well, is he up in Michigan? Is that where he's at with the rest of them?
Justice? No, he's in Manitoba.
Manitoba? Okay. Oh. Now how long has Justice been playing hockey for? How many years?
About 15.
So 15 years of hockey. Was he a goon when he was playing? Who was he on the ice?
Well, he started late, but so he was determined to catch up, and then he caught up, and then he became the big kid and just came with being a goon.
So he was always a little bit bigger than the other ones on the ice?
Yep. Yeah, he was.
Now, when I think of goons in hockey, the first thing that comes to mind to me is that guy. He can skate, he can play a little defense, but really, the coach taps him and goes, "That dude right there is too good. Get out there and take his head off."
Yep.
Was that Justice?
Yeah. Plus, because Justice is a lacrosse player too, right?
See, that is my people. We're going.
Wow.
We're going this weekend. So we live in Albany.
Oh.
And we're going this weekend is the home opener for the Fire.
Hold on, buddy.
This weekend is the home opener for the Fire Wolves. And they started their box season last year, and we've been season ticket holders. I'll be a season ticket holder as long as I can.
Yeah, we love lacrosse. Like both our sons play. Justice got into it just because he loved hockey so much. It's so much like hockey in a sense, except crazier. And he loved it.
So now did he play box?
Yes.
Just field. That's even better.
Box.
That's even better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you would love where we live at in Albany. We actually have the only school district in the United States that has its own box.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah, we're very into it around here.
His younger brother, because we moved further away from where they could play, his younger brother can't play anymore, and his younger brother is actually getting bigger than Justice is now.
Really?
And he's 15.
So you raise them big.
Yep.
They good sized paws on them. Good big kids, huh?
Yeah.
So as he, did you ever have, obviously he started with lacrosse first and then got it into the hockey piece. Was there ever a concern as a parent where you were like, oh, I don't know. These are more violent sports, head knocking, any of that kind of stuff? Or did you feel pretty comfortable with it?
I knew what they were getting into, but at the same time, I don't want to raise victims. So I just told them, get in there and be strong and play hard and, kind of be an asshole, but don't be a full blown asshole.
Angie, this is so for you.
So don't be like Sean.
Look, I played all the sports I could. I actually was just telling my kids yesterday, I was the kid that I didn't play sports till high school. I didn't know you could. I didn't know there was anything such as sports before. Like I played soccer, and I always thought it was like something they threw little kids out to. And then when I got to high school and played football, kids were like, I've been playing since I was 9. I was 8. And I'm like, no, you weren't. You were a liar. They don't have that for kids. Had no idea. Had no clue. But now my kids, my 5-year-old today, we were at wrestling for my 5-year-old today, and he's loving it. He's having such a good time. So now I guess I want to stay with this goon line for a minute. And I hope poor Justice, who's watching this, isn't going like, why do they keep calling me a goon?
Yeah. Why are they still talking to my mom?
Why are you still talking about her mom's awesome and jumped right on. And as every good mom, she said she didn't want you to be a victim. And she wanted to make sure you were taken care of. So mom had your back right away.
Yeah.
She saved you.
She came for the save. Look at that. And so Rachel says Justice has the fastest knockout in Ice Wars. I'll have to I watched some of that. That's like that Ice Wars ain't no joke. I mean, like they're getting at it. But as a parent, you're watching this. When did you realize that was Justice? He was that guy that was going to go out there. He was going to be the head knocker. He was going to be the defensive player coming off the bench that the coach was looking for. When did you realize that?
When playing hockey, when the players would pick on the smaller guys or, his buddies or whatever, he wouldn't talk. I'm not going to let them pick on the guys. And I have to step up and kind of almost ask my permission. Mom, can I do this? Like next half.
Mom, do you mind if I knock this guy out? I'm just, do you mind? You mind? You're okay with it?
I'm okay. Just don't out yourself. That's the only real.
So now the other side to that is you're watching hockey. I tell people all the time, hockey is a there's a saying for lacrosse and rugby like this, but hockey is a hooligan sport played by rich men. Like hockey's not a cheap sport. I try to explain this to people all the time that like you got to have a couple of nickels together to play in hockey. You're paying for ice time, you're paying for most of your gear. So knowing that he's doing, you're spending the money to do this, and now all of a sudden he's this enforcer, which is probably a better term to use. He's this enforcer on the ice where you kind of like, hold on, I'm spending too much money for all this to happen.
Yeah, we had the whole why are you all sitting in the penalty box? Like, we're not paying for you to sit in the penalty box. You can sit at home. We used to say that to him, but he did defend his players. So, and he didn't hold grudges. That was the thing. We're always so proud. He didn't hold grudges after, if he had an issue with someone on the ice, he would leave and, he would shake hands with them or, what's up, buddy? Sorry about that. Whatever. He was a good guy.
So what happened there stayed there.
Yep.
Justice, to stay on the screen because it's so entertaining. Poor guy. I'm going to just keep going. Just stay on the screen. Just hang out with us. And as mom is saying things, you give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and we'll go with it that way. Can you do that? Can you even hear me? I don't even know if he can hear me. You're muted right now, no matter what you do, bud. You're muted on your end. I can't unmute you. I don't know who Derek is. I'm assuming with the last that Derek must be somehow related also. That's Dad?
Yeah.
Dad just said a good asshole. I love it. Oh, it's great. So, how far did he take his career, just like the pure hockey side of his career? How far was he able to go with that?
Just played with basically stayed in the rec. But he always played like he never worried about playing in higher levels. Like, I don't even remember him trying out, maybe once, but he never worried about it. He just wanted to play. Just
enjoyed playing hockey.
Yeah.
I got the whole smoke. Look, we're smoking it out today. We're smoking it out today. I just want you to know that I even got Alvin.
Yep. That's
uncle. Is that an uncle?
Yep.
We're just smoking it out. So Angie, you're the celebrity today. So this is your show.
Okay.
You've taken over. This is the Angie Smoke Show, which would be,
I
which
was
would be a phenomenal name for a podcast. I just want you to know that I would purely stop, even if it was just for once, to figure out what a podcast called The Smoke Show would be.
Yeah.
So you might
Sean
be on,
came up with the idea.
I'm here. It's an idea. We're working with it. So you know how they actually contacted Justice? Like how did they find him even for this? Did he audition?
he was in contact with AJ.
Okay. Now who's AJ?
AJ Galante. He's I believe he is one of the partial owners, but don't quote me. But he's very big involved. Like he's right up there.
Now, rumor has it that one of the owners has ties to let's say Italian families. 'Cause I'm not trying to have cement shoes on. I'm not trying to sleep with any fishes. Have you heard any of those rumors?
There's always rumors. I don't believe rumors.
That's all right. So I mean, that's what I had heard, you know.
Yeah.
And Rachel's already ready to be your first guest.
Okay, good.
So you're already we're already there. We've got
Good.
the show name.
Yep.
We got your first guest.
Okay.
Alvin's already, Alvin's gonna listen. So is Derek. So I mean,
If you need help booking, I'm available.
look at that. Nate's gonna book your show for you.
Okay, good.
So we're into that. So what was your reaction then when you heard like, hey mom, I'm gonna go ahead and put on skates and not play hockey and just try to beat people up? Like, what was your reaction to that?
We were actually at a hockey tournament he was playing in, and he came and showed me the text and told me about it. And I said, what is that? And he told me about it. And I said, is this real? Like, are you joking with me? And he says, no. And I said, so you're going to go fight on ice? Yeah. And so
That's wicked. I gotta watch this.
So I actually I've watched him playing hockey, and he does it in hockey.
Yeah.
And I said, no, I'm just going there just to fight. I'm not a whole
That's wild.
Okay. Okay.
They're about the same.
Supportive and whatever. So I just said, okay, well, go ahead, see what you can do.
So do you know, like, is it a purse situation? Obviously I know it's, we're not talking about Vegas. We're not talking about, UFC and Dana White type money or anything like that. But do you know how the prizes are set up on any of this?
I know when the tournament happens, there is a prize, and and like probably consolation and stuff. Like you have to win so many fights to be in money, probably, from what I remember. And then I think when they have like a single bout match, it's just a pay on that match.
Okay, so each individual fight has its own purse. It's not for the tournament. And because that was more my kind of confusion. I saw him fight, and I saw his the points popped up. He had like 200 points pop up, and I wasn't quite sure how the scoring system worked. If it was a bracketed tournament, what actually was going on there? How does all that part of it work?
I don't know. I think it works a lot like how the UFC is scoring.
Okay.
And then it scores
them. Mixed martial arts on ice?
Yeah.
Kind of. More combat sports on ice.
That sounds awesome.
So now Rachel brings this up, and I was going to ask this same question. What was it like watching that first fight? Like, were you there live or was it streamed? What was it like seeing the first time he skated out there to throw hands?
I was at home. I decided to stay home. It was the worst decision I made because I was just throwing up and crying before the match.
Oh,
I didn't know what it was. I had no idea he was the first match. I wasn't even going to be able to watch a match before him. It was just he was the first match.
Oh.
I had
so it's more nerves.
Yeah, I was nervous. I thought, like, how bad is this going to be? And then when I watched, I was like, oh, okay, I've watched him do this lots. And I was okay. And then he texted me shortly after the fight and said, "Mom, I'm good." And I'm like, "Okay, good." And I was
That was the most important thing was hearing that he was okay and that he was good with it.
yeah.
I mean,
And
he's your baby. You're always gonna worry.
that's right. And so I went to the second fight, the tournament, and it was amazing being there. Like it, see, and I can't even, the way I would explain it to someone that's from Manitoba, I would tell them it's like a social, but the fights are the action. But you're
I
from
get it.
you would know what a social is. So a reception, big drunken
Yeah.
reception.
Yeah, like I get, everybody's kind of hanging out, talking and whatnot, and having a few beverages, having a good time, and then somebody goes, "Hey, hold on,
Yep.
cousin Joe and cousin Steve are about to beat each other's ass here in a minute. Hold on a second,
Yep.
give it a moment," and then everybody watches the cousin beat everybody up, and then it's done.
That's right. Yeah. And that's what it's like. It was the atmosphere was crazy. But it was a lot of
Poor Justice, he's messaging me right now, brother. I feel for you. I don't know if you're watching the live or not, but if you can jump on the live or let's see if I can watch the live.
His
and
mom came through strong for him, though.
You can interact. I'm just letting him know. He keeps trying to jump on, and I feel so bad for him. Can you hear me now, Justice?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh!
Yeah, let's go.
All right, Nate. You know I love you, brother. The screen's crowded. I'm gonna
See ya.
brother. I love you, man. Thank you for everything.
No problem.
All right.
About time it works.
All right. So
Mom.
Nate's out of here. Do you want us to hang out, Mom, or are you done?
I could let Justice.
You can hang, Mom. You've been quite good.
You can do whatever you want, but I just need to celebrate for that.
Look at him.
Make me proud.
Is that like a White Claw? Are you shotgunning a White
No,
Claw?
it's the Bud Light Apple.
Oh my God. Do you sit down? Your mom's here. I feel like I can't say stuff. I was gonna bust your chops just now till I realized. Wait a second, that's his mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Mom held down the fort for you.
Yeah, I saw that.
I can honestly say that I put your mom on the level of my own, that I know mine would have my back. Your mom jumped right in. I sent her the link. She was like, "I got this. Don't worry about it. I got my baby. He's all good." So,
Mom got dragged, so we're good.
look, this is for your mom.
I got tiger blood, man.
She's got tiger blood. She's making
yeah.
it happen. So, well, brother, welcome to the show. Let's see if I can try to do this right now. He's a smoke show of his own. He's bringing it to the house. He's got, he's trying to do his best Ronnie Garvin impression. That's for us old folks, because with the hands of stone, we've got with us coming live from Manitoba. I just figured out. I didn't know where he was. I was going to try to figure that out. Brought to us live from Manitoba. We got us some Justyce Smoke. Look, you get the show opener at some point here.
Oh yeah, about time.
So, brother, I got kind of Mom's rundown of everything, and she told me how like you were the defender of the small and the weak and everything else is how you kind of became the enforcer out there. And what do you prefer? Do you like being called a goon or do you like being called an enforcer?
Honestly, I don't really, it doesn't matter to me.
Give me a like. I need a like.
I don't know. I like to be called a goon, but then some guys don't like that. So it's kind of the new word for everybody is enforcer. So I guess that's what I stick with most of the time. But I am a goon. A goon. There's another way to put it. So
now, Mom was saying that, you kind of got into that role because of seeing these things and all this going down. All that being said, for you, what was it about, going out there and doing those things that really attracted you? Like you weren't, because some guys, it's still hockey, everybody's got a little size on them. Everybody, is out there. It's a sport that we all know people throw hands, but what was it about it that you were like, nah, I've got to go out there and I've got to, enforce for this?
Honestly, a big part of it was I was never a big goal scorer. So if I was gonna be on the ice, I was gonna make it worth it, and I was gonna do a part of the team, and I was gonna do something. I had a role either way. If I wasn't gonna score goals, I was gonna be knocking people down and then scrapping them if I had to.
Love it. You sound like you belong on the show, Shorzy. I just want you to know that you so have that sound to you. Do you watch Shorzy?
Oh yeah, I finished all the seasons. They're good.
I love between Letterkenny and Shorzy. I've saw the Letterkenny live. If you haven't done live yet,
Yeah.
you got to do it. Nate jumped in, and brother, I appreciate you. You know I got a lot of love for you. Nate is my man. He's got a good question for you. What is your favorite celebration food? Winning a game, winning a fight. What is it? What is that food that you got to have afterwards?
That's actually a sick question. Lately it's been pizza. I eat pizza like even at Ice Wars 2. I had to do a 35-pound cut, and as soon as my weigh-in finished, my team actually went to Pizza Hut and brought me pizza back, so that when so basically when I was done weighing in, I could go straight to eating pizza again, and I had one slice or a couple slices or whatever, but after that I was back eating clean till after my fights. But definitely pizza now. If you ask younger me, it would definitely be cheeseburgers for sure.
Now, pizza, pineapple, yes or no?
No, never.
Oh, never?
Never.
I love pineapple on pizza. There's a little chubby fat kid in my soul that loves it. Bacon, pineapple, and ham on a pizza. I'm loving every minute of it. And I'm assuming Rachel is your aunt. Aunt Rachel was holding it down for your mom also.
Yeah, no, I saw that. Yeah, that's my Auntie Rachel. Cheers to her.
Ange, I don't know if you walked away or you're just listening to us. I'm gonna go ahead and take you off the live, so it's just gonna be Justyce and I. But thank you so much. We really appreciate it. I got something special for you after the show. I'll send out to you. I'll get the information from Justyce there. Let's see. So it's just you and me now, brother.
Perfect. Oh. Hold on. Oh, you lost me.
I can't. What just happened? Justyce, come back. Come back. Justyce, Justyce, I don't know what's happening with my wife. That was on my end, brother. Something.
Oh, is it? Okay.
That's on my end. Something's going on.
Yeah, no worries. I'll just keep here.
With my Wi-Fi. I don't know what's happening here. Yeah, it's still going, brother. Something's happening to my
Perfect.
This is karma right now for a moment. For some reason, we finally got your sound working right, and now my Wi-Fi wants to jack up the entire time. So stick with us, folks. I'm having Wi-Fi issues, which I never ever have. I need. My wife's like I think it's on. Yes, the Wi-Fi. Yes, Wi-Fi is on. I need everyone to get off it. This is the kind of thing where you spend more money than I know what to do with on Wi-Fi, with routers all over my house to network it, and then I should never have this problem. Never.
I'm a big gamer. I have the same problem.
What are you into right now?
Call of Duty. COD. Yeah, Call of Duty. NHL.
I just finished the campaign for Call of Duty, and working on God of War Ragnarok right now.
Not bad. Yeah, no, I play a lot. Go ahead.
I love God of War. I love it.
I honestly don't think I've ever really played God of War.
Bro, God of War is the most squirrel game out there. Like you're in the middle of these campaigns, and next thing you know, they're like a ghost pops up and is like, "Hey, I lost my son while treasure hunting. Can you find him?" And you're like, "Yeah, I can find him." And like you're through like all kinds of other shit. Nate, it might be you, Nate. You want to get into all this paranormal shit. Now my Wi-Fi is jacking up. Anytime we talk about paranormal, my Wi-Fi jacks up. So some of the things I was asking your mom about, things I was curious about for you, and with all this was, so was there ever, other than playing like rec league hockey, was there ever a plan like, hey, maybe I could play minor league, maybe I want to get into this? You said you weren't a big goal scorer, but were you a strong defensive player? What were your thoughts there?
No, most of the time I'd go on the ice, and the first thing I want to do is run somebody. And then after that, normally a few other players would come in and try to fight with me. So, yeah, that was always my mindset: was get on the ice, run somebody, make the crowd either happy or mad or whatever. As long as there was a reaction, I didn't care. Playing minor league or any professional, no, I never really thought about it. Like I said, I'm not a goal scorer. Fighting wise, I'm good at fighting. I'm good at being a goon, but I'd rather fight like any type of other fighting, like MMA or go into actual fighting, than I would play hockey.
So now the other thing I found out was you're a lacrosse guy.
Oh yeah.
Who's your favorite?
Right now it's probably Saskatchewan Rush. Yeah.
So I will be Saturday at 7 p.m. At the Albany Firewolves home opener. We're season ticket holders
Nice.
For that. So now comparing the two, you played I heard you played box.
Yeah.
Played hockey.
Yeah.
It sounds like I think I already know the answer, but which one would you prefer to play if you were going to play one of them?
Oh, in lacrosse, I always plan to go professional or do some kind of semi-pro or anything. I was actually a goal scorer in lacrosse, even more than a goon. But when it came down to it, I was fighting, I was scoring, I did everything on the floor. It was good. That was my big goal, was to go professional in that more than anything. I didn't plan to go professional in fighting or hockey or anything. It was just happened to be this.
Now, so what happened to the professional for the lacrosse?
I live in Manitoba lacrosse. Kind of after junior, there's nothing, absolutely nothing. If you don't get picked up or drafted or anything, and even to get drafted out of Manitoba is pretty crazy. I've only known probably 2 players or 1 player to go anywhere besides Manitoba to play somewhere else.
So there was no getting out of that part of Canada, going somewhere else, and so I mean, Manitoba is it Quebec province? What province is it?
Well, Manitoba is the province. Beside that would be Ontario.
So I don't mean to sound like an asshole. I don't know.
Yeah. So if you go east of us, it's Ontario. If you go west of us, it's Saskatchewan.
Okay. So because I was thinking, like, I mean, I know Toronto's got a lot of programs.
Yeah.
Because it's so close to Toronto and the Montreal area. Has plenty of programs because there's obviously it is the Canadian national sport is box. We talk about this often. I bust Dibs's chops all the time about this shit where I'm like, lacrosse is way better. And he's like, I'm always like, lacrosse is way better than hockey. He's like, you're out of your mind. I'm like, listen to me. None of us have to buy I can put my sneakers on and put my tennis shoes on and go run outside and I can go play lacrosse,
Yeah. Half the time I barely wore half the equipment when I played. I just wore chest protector.
You only need kicker pad. You wore kickers pads.
Yeah, exactly.
And a pair of shorts and a pair of basketball shorts, and you're set. You're ready to go. I'm sorry, left turn. I know we're supposed to be talking about ice wars, but I could talk lacrosse all day. Here's one for you. I watched Gary and Paul Gates play live for the Philadelphia Wings and the Baltimore Thunder.
Shit.
Like, bro,
that would have been a good game.
Bro. And this is when they played opposite of each other.
Yeah.
At one point in time, they both played for the Wings together.
Yeah.
And nothing like watching it. Nothing in the world. So you're doing this, and now I heard you were at a tournament, and all of a sudden you get the offer to go do this and to join Ice Wars International? Was there a tryout? Did you have to submit tapes? How did they even know who you were? Like you said, you're playing rec league hockey, just being that enforcer, that goon. How did they even find you?
Basically, like as soon as I seen, I've had a few, like I had buddies and just people that I played hockey with, like people who came and watched us would send me links to this Ice Wars thing that was coming, and basically I just hopped on it one day. I checked it out. I had none of the credentials that they asked for. I was not professional. I was not anything in hockey. I'm probably one of the shittiest players I've know. Like I can skate. I can dangle a little bit, but I mean, you put me past two guys, I'm not dangling again. I lost my wind. Yeah, I'm not doing anything else. I have the same two moves and that's it. So basically I hyped myself up in an email I sent to them and I said, like, I can fight. I'll fight anybody. I don't care who you are. I don't care how big the guy is you ask me to fight is. Like, I'm not scared of anybody. And I basically just made a fight resume. Honestly, that's literally that's what I call it. And I sent some videos in of me fighting, and I sent like 3 videos. And I was like, if you guys want more, like I have like, I don't know, a few more that I recorded. If that's what you guys need, like just let me know. So basically about 2 weeks later, I got about an email back, and they said, hey, send me another video of you fighting. So I sent one back, and I just said, like, there you go. This is probably the best video I have of me fighting. That's like clear and it's clean. And yeah, they emailed me back about 5 days later, and he was like, man, I love the way you fight. You're old school, this and that. And he's like, you ever play pro or anything, or ever play past junior? And I was like, I play res hockey, and res hockey is aggressive. Like res hockey to me is faster than most leagues. It's fast. And the guys that play and fight are fucking goons, man. They're
Just everybody's a goon.
Yeah, most guys are goons, man. Like it's crazy. Like you go out there and yeah, like you're playing hard for you're playing like it's for the championship every game, and there's like hacking, there's cross checking, people are getting mad and shredding the gloves, and whether you like it or not, you're going. They don't care how big you are, how small you are, they just go.
Your Uncle Alvin's all about it. He's
oh yeah, my Uncle Alvin's one of my coaches for that league, so it's he knows what's up.
So again, like I said, didn't grow up playing hockey, didn't grow up watching hockey. Where I grew up in Baltimore, we just didn't have it. It wasn't a thing. Yeah. So like compare, and my closest understanding of res hockey would be like it's Shorzy, it's Letterkenny. Is it like that when they're always like, hey, we got to play the res, and they're like, yeah, those dudes, like those are big dudes. You better be ready. Is it really at that level, or is that more? I mean, obviously it's a TV show, so it's going to be over the top.
Depends what reserve you play against. Like there's some crazy players on each reserve. Like every reserve has the one couple all-stars or whatever. But like playing against a reserve team, even when I played for just teams out of Winnipeg and we had to play like a reserve called Seguin, they would always be so scared to play them because they were so aggressive. And like aggressive to the point where it wasn't dirty, but it was like borderline dirty. But dude, those guys were all stars too. Like they could pass behind the back without looking. Like, like the res players, like they're super aggressive to the point where it's pretty much dirty, but it's not. And
I know what you're saying, like it's right there on that cusp where you're like, I can't believe that guy did that, but it was legal.
Yeah,
but it was
100%.
legal.
And that's where I come into play, and I'm like, hey, that was legal, but you fucking did that.
That you did that move. Like, I guess I gotta beat you up now. I mean, no, it's not personal. I mean, I gotta beat you up. It's just,
man, most of the time I tell the guys, I just got told to fight you, so I'm gonna fight you. Drop your mitts and let's go.
That's so great. So now, how did you even, so like you said, I'm hearing you, it's not like you had boxing training. You guys aren't doing MMA double leg takedowns and shit like that, So how did you even prepare to train for something like this?
Well, before I started Ice Wars, like before my first event, I was training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, BJJ. And I was doing that for about 4 or 5 months. And I was going probably about 4 days a week. And did that for about 4 to 5 months. And then after that, I basically got into this. They gave me the go ahead. They told me that I was fighting. They told me the guy I was fighting was much bigger than me. So for training wise, I asked my coach that at the MMA gym I was at, Winnipeg Academy of Mixed Martial Arts. And I was like, can you train me for this? Is there anything you can tell me? Is there tips? And he straight up told me, I'm not a hockey fighter. I'm not a goon. I can't skate. Fine. I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to find someone else to train you for this.
Really?
Yeah. So, which I completely respect him for that. I'm happy he didn't put me way over my head with him, and I'm happy he didn't teach me things that wouldn't help. And I basically threw on Facebook, I'm looking for someone to train me for this thing. I mean, I know how to fight. Like at the end of the day, it comes down to what you know and what just happens. And but basically, I had a family friend reach out. She messaged me and said, "Hey, I know this guy that's done this before, and I could hook you up with him, and he can talk to you, and if he wants to train you or whatever you can get out of it, get out of it." And so yeah, she ended up messaging, putting us in a group chat, and we talked for about 2 days. He looked over my contract, and he was like, "No, that's a standard fight contract." And
Okay. That's huge right there, because I was going to ask you about that. Like looking at the contract stuff, especially with this being a newer league, like how does that stuff work out? But so this guy looked it over. He said it was standard deal.
Yeah. So then, and I was nervous because the fight contract's long, man. It's pages on pages. It's crazy. You're signing every single page, and like me personally, it's like I didn't know what half that meant or said. So I was just like signing.
The first party asked the third party to be in the first party, second party, and then we're all going to party together.
Exactly. So then, yeah, I messaged him, told like whatever, he talked about the fight contract, and he told me I live in Winnipeg, which is 35 minutes north of me. And he's like, I've done this before. I was on Ice Warriors and Battle of the Enforcers, which is the old version of this.
Oh, so there was something before. I didn't even realize there was something before this.
Yeah, there was 2 events before this. There was Ice Warriors and then Battle of the Enforcers. So they were put on by different people. This is ran by new people, completely obviously better and just perfected basically, and on their way up, just keeps going. And basically, yeah, he told me that. And I had a good idea of who he was already. He played professional hockey, and yeah, I checked him. I looked him over, and in general, I was stoked that someone wanted to train me for this. So I was like, that someone knew what they were going to train me for. So he told me, yeah. So he told me he had a gym that I could train at out of Winnipeg. It was EAT gym out of Winnipeg, Manitoba, and I think I had about 2 months or about a month and a half before I went to my actual event. So every single day we were there, or if the gym was closed, we got the keys for it. They would open it for us. We'd train for hours. If we couldn't get into the gym, we were training literally at the park or in this dude's basement. And it was just like, man, we were training every day as hard as we could. And like, there's days where I just didn't want to do it, or I just told myself, you're not going today. And I was like, just tell yourself you need the rest. And he messaged me every day, you're coming today. And I was like, oh, sounds good. I'll be the coach. And shit, man, we did every day for about 3 days out. And about 3 days out, we did our little tune-ups and we did good. And I headed off to Enoch. Other than that, yeah, his name was Jason Bone. He's still my coach. I talk to him every day basically, and we talk about the new plans and what the game plan is, what I'm cutting with too, and yeah, everything. And man, he's dedicated to this. It's nice. It's nice to have someone that's like behind my back and who's got me.
Well, that's I mean, it had to be such an advantage that you had someone who understood the sport, and it is a sport. I mean, I know people are out there, oh, it's a novelty, it's this, that, and it's a sport. If boxing is a sport, if lacrosse is a sport, if hockey is a sport, it's a sport. Let's call it what it is. If I can go out and go fishing and you can call it sport, you know,
oh yeah,
this is a sport. And I like the fact that your Uncle Alvin says you listen well. It means you're coachable. And there's nothing like a person with a little bit of talent, but a high level of coachability. It will always go further than a person with a whole lot of talent and doesn't know how to shut the hell up and listen. So that's impressive. So, you know, and I know we're coming up on Ice Wars 3, correct?
Yeah, Ice Wars 3.
Now is that one going overseas or something like that?
It's going to the States. We had the first two in Edmonton, so it's going to the States side now, which is good.
So now where is that one going to be at in the States?
Cheyenne, Wyoming is where this one will be. Yeah.
So big PBR, professional bull riding area. So they're going to be all over this shit. They're going to love that out there. So what was it, so you're coming out on the ice, this is your first real true professional fight. There's no amateur league for this. It's either this or nothing. So what was it like when you first skated out there and you knew it was time to knuckle up? What was that feeling like?
Well, coming out, because you do the walkout, and the guy I was fighting was, I believe, 30 pounds heavier than me.
Big boy.
So he was a big boy. And believe it or not, we all basically get dressed in the same room. So we're all sitting across from each other, tying our skates and, getting in your head, staring at each other, everything. And coming out before we're standing side by side and we're kind of just talking, and I was like, "You ready to go? Like, we're gonna go at center ice and we're gonna bang." And he's like, "Yeah, let's go." So he goes out, does his thing, and then stepping on the ice, it's crazy, dude. You can barely see the crowd because the lights are so bright, and all you see is cameras.
What was the draw for the crowd?
It's good. It's good. It's nice, man. Coming out, the vibe is either they boo you or they cheer you on. And either way, I just personally like reactions. So I don't care if you boo me. I don't care if you cheer me on. As long as you're yelling something, I'm happy, and I think it's funny. And coming out, they were all pumped that I was full. I was a Canadian boy, so they were cheering me on. And which in the pay-per-view they tuned that down a lot because it's crazy. All the cheer,
the crowd.
Yeah, they tune the crowd down a lot, which is what you want. You don't want a loud crowd like that on the pay-per-view. You want to hear the announcers. But stepping on that ice, it's crazy. You see him, the guy you're fighting, and you see the refs, and that's literally it. It's so bright. It's warm because the lights are on you. You're wearing full equipment. I wear a Britney Spears cutoff under my gear because I think it's funny to beat. I think it's funny to beat somebody up in a Britney Spears shirt.
Oh, it's so great.
Yeah, it's very different than fighting on the ice at an actual game. A game is quick and easy. It's 20 seconds if you're lucky.
Right. First, as soon as a guy goes down, refs are jumping in. and it's nobody getting back up and throwing hands again on the ice.
Yeah, exactly. Like no one's getting back up. And in this res league, they basically, or this res hockey, they basically, once you're down, you're down. You're not getting back up. So Mom's over here saying she's doting on you a little bit. She said since you were about 17, you started dropping a lot of weight, getting smart on your eating and your training, really taking it seriously. That's pretty impressive. And your Aunt Rachel has multiple times. Aunt Rachel, I got it. He's got the fastest knockout. He did it in 9 seconds. I understand. He found the guy's button and he teed it off. I got you, Aunt Rachel. I won't let this go. We know. No, when I was 17, the heaviest I've ever been was 350 pounds.
No, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I was a heavy boy. I was pushing 350 to 360.
You weren't on skates. You were on sleds.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Holy shit.
And, I was a big boy, but I was very, very sick without knowing.
What do you mean?
I would wake up sick every day. I just had stomach problems. My head hurt all the time. I couldn't really go to work a lot because I just didn't feel good. All I could do is lay in bed and just feel like ass. And they couldn't really figure anything out. So basically I went to get tested for a few things and they found a spot on my liver. And they were like, you're gonna have to go for more tests and this and that. And before that, I was younger, so I didn't really care what I ate. I just loved eating crap. I used to drink 3 Slurpees a day. Like in my school, I was known as the Slurpee guy. Like I would skip class, go get a Slurpee and come back for the next class and then walk in with a Slurpee. And so I was super unhealthy and basically couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. And one day I woke up and I just told myself, you're not eating like you're not eating like this anymore. You're not, you're gonna be active. You're gonna do things. And I landscaped for about 4 or 5 years, and I was heavy into it, like to the point where we were doing like rich people's houses and $1 million houses, like yards and whatever. And I was building stuff, but I was so gassed at the end of it that I just I felt sick at every end of it, at the end of every shift. And yeah, so I changed my eating. I got a membership at Planet Fitness in Winnipeg, and every day I dedicated 15 minutes. I was like, you're gonna go to the gym, you're gonna run for 15 minutes. And I did that for about 5 months, and I lost, or no, I shouldn't say that. I did it for about 2 months, and I lost like 20 something pounds just from 15 minutes a day, just running. And that's all I did.
Felt good.
And yeah, but to me, I was landscaping. So I live 35 minutes south. So to me, going to the gym, I would do the 15 minutes of hell, and then I would get the shower and go hang out with my buddies in Winnipeg after. So to me, it was a win-win. Like, it was just like you're doing something
hang out with some buddies.
Yeah, so you're doing something healthy. You get the shower, you get to hang with your buddies. You don't have to sit there all dirty. So I did that for about 2 months, and then honestly, after that, I realized I get like a runner's high. I get this feeling of I love the gym. Like, I love being there. I love walking in and seeing people that I seen yesterday because I went at the same time. And after that, it was an hour at the gym every day, and it got to the point where I was at the gym for probably about 3 hours a day for I don't know, 3 years probably. And yeah, I would be at the gym for 3 hours a day, probably just cardio, weights, massage bed, like stretch, like everything. And yeah, and I ended up losing I think it was about 120 pounds in the first year. And I went down to about 180, 179 was the lowest I ever been.
Holy
after
shit.
I cut.
How tall are you?
6'1".
6'1", 179, brother. That is a serious thin fighting weight right there.
Oh, I was skinny. I was pale. I didn't feel great.
You were on the other end of it.
Yeah, seriously. And I basically developed this eating habit of eating as low as you can and staying in the calorie deficit. But I didn't know too much about the calories you're supposed to be at. So I ended up honestly teaching myself about the gym, calorie wise, how much you're supposed to eat when you're gaining weight, losing weight, gaining muscle. And I bulked back up to about 205, and
205, 6'1", man, that's perfect, damn near.
Yeah, and like right now, like even my walking weight after my fights, I'm sitting 225, but I'm eating pizza and just crap as much as I can, because I know I'm going back into the grind.
But you're still working out. You're still going to the gym. You're still doing all those things.
Oh yeah, I work out twice a day. Still, I go hit weights, hit cardio, and then do boxing after.
It's amazing. I never went to that level. I worked out a whole hell of a lot throughout my life. But it's amazing how when you get to that point where this workout that I'm doing allows me to eat the shit that I really want to eat.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's such an amazing feeling, brother. So that's wild. So you're going into Ice Wars 3. Who are we fighting? Who do we need to heckle right now and go ahead and put on blast with?
Honestly, everybody? I'm not even sure who I'm fighting yet. I have no idea who I'm fighting yet. All I got told was, you're coming back to Ice Wars 3, you're fighting.
How do you prepare for a fight like that?
Fucking train hard no matter what. Train for the hardest guy possible.
Got it. Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, but I would think, because most pro fighters, they know, hey, I'm fighting this person, I'm fighting that one. I can see their styling. I can see what they've been doing.
To me, I'm probably I'll be doing a single match bout. I know that for sure. So I won't be in the tournament. So the weight class doesn't have to be cruiserweight. The weight class I can fight anyone at any weight pretty much, but my stats will stay in cruiserweight. Gotcha.
Now, do you want to fight the tournament side?
I actually asked multiple times to cut down, and I was like, because I know the weight class under me is 175, and then the weight class above me is 205 plus, which I could just do no matter what, and the super heavyweight's 235 plus, And I told them I'm 220 right now. I can cut, I can gain, whatever you guys need me to
Whatever
do.
you need.
I'll be there and I can do it. And they're asking me like, you'll cut the 175. That's like how many pounds? And I was like, it's doable though. It's doable. It's 4.5 pounds a month. It's 4.5 pounds or 4.5 pounds a week. I mean,
Well,
and
4.5 pounds a week is not necessarily healthy. We're gonna go with that for a moment here, but
it's not great for you.
No.
But I feel like with the diet that I'm on nothing strict. I'm eating pizza, man, 3 days a week. And if I change that just to my strict diet that I normally do when I do fight camps, I'll cut probably 20 pounds in 2 weeks.
Completely sidebar left turn. Can I get smoked meat on a pizza in Canada?
I don't know. I've never actually. Oh, that's a good idea. I never thought about that actually.
I love
that would
smoke.
be good. I love smoked meat too. It's good.
Like I've spent some time in Montreal, because I worked for the railroad. So
yeah,
I spent some time out there, and I always got poutine with smoked meat because I like it. And now you got me thinking like pizza with smoked meat. And folks, if you've never had smoked meat, it's kind of like pastrami, but
way better.
Yeah, I will just go. It's kind of like pastrami, just like the process is almost exactly the same.
Yeah,
the curing process is the same, but it actually gets smoked. But it's pretty impressive. I'm almost sure it's pastrami that it's like. So we got this fight coming up. You know, we're prepping for that. We're getting ready. If I wanted to watch this, now I know they're pay-per-view events.
Yeah.
And Nate, I know you probably got some way I can sneak this through. I know you. Look, Derek, Dad, listen to me. I've had some pulled pork pizza before, and I'm with you on this. I like, but the question is what style? Have you ever had Carolina pulled pork? That is a vinegar-based pulled pork. Very, very good. If you've never had it, I highly recommend it. Definitely a good one. Smoked barbecue chicken pizza. Look, we're getting them all right now. We're getting them all. Probably one of the funkiest I ever had was if you've ever had a seafood pizza, that it's amazing till you smell it, and then you're like, Aunt Rachel's Montreal smoked meat pizza with barbecue sauce here in Edmonton. Look, I mean,
she knows where it's at.
She found the smoked meat pizza. Cajun, that's a new one. I've never had Cajun pizza. Danielle says pulled pork poutine is. I think I may have had it, but I'm just telling you right now, if I haven't, I would crush on that. And I have a weird connection to poutine. So where I grew up at in Baltimore, we just had gravy fries. We just didn't put the cheese curds on there. But I grew up on gravy fries. That's a big Baltimore thing. And then somebody said we can put some funky cheese on there too. Well, sign me up for that shit. I'm all about it.
I'm such a plain eater. I don't eat anything on my food.
Nothing,
man. Nothing. I don't eat ketchup. I don't eat mustard. No condiments. Pizzas, all the strictly meat pizzas.
How do I mute you again?
Man, I don't like any, even like chip wise. Like it's plain, man.
You guys eat ketchup chips up there?
What?
What in Canada have ketchup chips?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, I don't eat them though.
That's not a States thing. Like that's a weird one.
It's gross.
So, you need to try Indian taco. Hold on.
Oh yeah.
Rachel, what? Now look, there's a fat. I told you already once. There's a fat kid that lives in my soul. What on God's green earth is an Indian taco? And Derek, I love fries and mayo too. I think fries and mayo are good. That's a very European thing, but I'm checking up right now. Hold on, Justice. What the hell is an Indian taco?
So an Indian taco is your normal taco toppings, your normal meat, your cheese, whatever, but it's on bannock. You put it on top of bannock, and instead of your shell, it's just on fry bread.
Oh, fry bread. Okay, I know what fry bread is. I've never heard the term bannock, but I know what fry bread is.
Yeah, so fry bread. And man, it's like I'm a big taco guy. Actually, I'll show you. I'll show you at the end of this interview. I have a taco on my bicep, and that's my only tattoo. And that's my favorite taco is an Indian taco. It's good.
So I love tacos. We have a spot here by me. Hey, welcome to Food Hour. We went from hockey to food. I don't care because it's my show and I can do that. But we have a taco spot by me. Have you ever had? And I'm pronouncing it wrong because I can't pronounce anything. Birria, a birria taco with consum, birria consum.
No.
I call them dippy tacos. So these are tacos where the outside of it has been fried on the flat iron with like a cheese, changes color, and it's shredded beef with a little bit with another cheese in it, and then they give you a sauce that's like a soup that you dip the taco into, like a French dip sandwich.
I've never heard of that.
Bro, listen to me. This shit is off the chain unbelievable because you do it right. You dip your taco and then you turn it upwards so that the juice flows back down through the taco. And it is absolutely amazing. Danielle says, Justice, Ian says there's something wrong with you. Ian, I don't know who you are, but I agree with you. And Nate, crab cakes and gravy fries all day long and twice on Sunday, baby. Maryland style crab cakes with a side of gravy fries. I'm doing this all day. We're making Alvin. I know you're getting hungry. Them dogs are getting hungry as they're hearing us talk about all this food.
Oh yeah, they're going crazy, man.
What kind of dogs you got?
I have 3 dogs actually. I have one pit bull. Her name's Illy. She's 5 years old.
She's probably a big baby, isn't she? Just a huge baby.
The biggest suck. Like she's way too clingy. Needs all the loving. Gets way too jealous. Like she's basically another girlfriend. I have a dog that was my grandma's that passed away, so I took over, and his name's Marty. He's a pug. Nice. And man,
they're the laziest damn dogs in the world.
Oh man, the laziest, the cutest, and like the ugliest all at once.
Yes, it's the best. Succeed in all. Yes.
Yeah. And then I actually got a new dog about 2 months ago. She's a rescue dog technically. She was found on the side of the road in a box.
Oh.
And I had a friend post her on Snapchat looking for a family, and I was like, hey, like I'm looking for a dog for my son and my girlfriend, and yeah, okay, she's so cute and I want her. So she's like, come over, see her, like if you want her, like we'll talk about it. So I went and saw her, and man, fell in love with her. She jumped right into my arms, and she was like, she has separation anxiety. So she's like, she won't let you leave her. She does, she'll cry, she won't stop.
Oh.
And man, sweetest dog. Like I can't believe someone left that little thing on the side of the road. I'm not exactly sure what she is. She's a black lab, and I'm assuming terrier. But
most people suck, bro.
Yeah, man, just a beautiful dog. So we named her Nova after the vehicle. And man, just beautiful dog. And my pit bull is a very jealous dog. Hates other dogs that come around. Fell in love with this little dog, and they're best friends. They play all day.
That's awesome, bro.
Yeah,
we lost our Phoebe. Now it's been about 6 or 7 months ago. She was 13 or 14 years old. God, no, she's 14 because my son's 13. So she was 14, and she was a American Bulldog and Plot Hound. And okay. Plot Hounds they're a hunting dog, but loved her to death. But she was so simple in the head. She was as soon as she got on a scent, she was gone. And the only way you could get her back is pulling up the car next to her.
Oh, okay.
Like, what are you doing? Get in the car. And then she would jump back in the car and be like, hey, where are we going? Back to the damn house where we belong at.
Yeah. No,
we lived on almost 3 acres, and she would just wander away. Dad says you're a big softie. I agree. So let me get back to these ice wars for a minute because I can drift away. So them dogs are all
they're going crazy. Yeah.
So the next ice wars is when?
March 4th, 2023.
So March 4th, we can see the next ice wars. That's a Saturday.
Yep.
If I'm doing the math right in my head. So that's a Saturday. You're fighting on that one. Can I find it on just basic pay-per-view? Do I need
you can watch it on the app Fight TV, either on your smart TV. You can watch it on your phone. Basically any app that can get Fight TV.
So Fight TV, it's called?
Yeah. Or Fight, I guess, FITE.
Okay.
And yeah, you just order it on there.
TV, not like FIGHT.
Yeah, it's FITE.
Okay.
And yeah, you order it's $20. I believe it's $20. and it's $20 well spent.
Absolutely. How many fights total?
I believe the first one was a little less than the second one.
But I mean, like, how many people are fighting total?
That's what I mean. I believe the first was a bit more. There was a couple less fighters than the second one, and the second one they put more fighters. I'm not too sure how this one's going yet. The details will be out, I believe, in the next few weeks.
Okay.
Basically,
once you have the details, post them on our page, please.
Oh yeah. And yeah. So March 4th, it's Saturday. I last event, I went to Alberta for the full fight week from the Sunday till the Sunday. Like a normal fighter would do. It was different than I did the first event. The first event I flew out on the Friday, I believe. And yeah, it was a lot better actually. I had a lot more time to set up and get ready and get my mindset off of family time and away from just doing any type of work at home. I was just kind of locked in and ready to go. My team came with me for the full week. So yeah, man, they kept me in line. I had to keep on a strict diet. Yeah, we were training 3 times a day, and even out there, it was crazy. Even fight week, I was like, "Hey, we're gonna train 3 times a day till Thursday, and then Thursday we can do some light work." And
right, you don't want to be burnt. You don't want to be completely burned out by the time Saturday gets there.
Exactly. So then we did. Yeah, they kept me in line. Man, it was like we would all go to bed early at the same time, so that like I actually would go to bed. And man, my team was crazy. They were all locked in and dialed. It was good fight week.
That's awesome, man. I'm going to tell you, I want to definitely stay up with you and stay in contact because I want to make sure that I check that out. March 4th, Fight TV, FITE TV, Ice Wars International, because it is international. The first 2 were in Canada. Now we're coming to the States in Wyoming. So it's definitely international. I'm curious because we're going to get ready to put a bow on this thing here in a moment. Have you ever watched Crashed Ice? That's my favorite. I love Crashed.
No. Oh yeah, the skating with the Red Bull.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I did actually. That I used to, like. So that's actually a good way to look at this. I used to, even with this one, I kind of just jokingly entered it. Like I just kind of jokingly like submitted my stuff and like my application, and I always jokingly do that with stupid events like that. Like even Crash Ice, I would send my stuff in. I'd be like, "Oh, sign me. You won't regret it. Like you won't regret it. Like whatever."
You won't regret it because in the middle of the first turn, I'm fighting the guy and whooping his ass.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab him and stop him right there and fight him. And yeah, I've done that for everything like UFC, like any type of fighting organization that was professional. I would always like sign up and not jokingly because if they gave me the offer, I was gonna do it, and I believe that I would kick ass no matter what. But yeah, I always did that, and I would always send it to people to show them this is what I like. It's funny, like it was and this just happened to kick in and actually work, and shit, they took a chance on me.
That's awesome. Well, you got a merch line too, don't you?
Yeah, this will be my second drop coming up. Actually, I did one for the second event, I believe, and maybe it was the first event, and yeah, I made shirts and sweater, and that was basically it. I designed everything myself so far, and basically I sent it into a distributor. They said they could make it. I was like, "Okay, I'll pay this much. Send me the quantity, and I'll sell them." So I had a lot of fans actually pre-order everything. So I was like, "If you guys have any money, I can guarantee your size. I can guarantee you guys to get your exact stuff." So I had a lot of people pre-order. And yeah, man, I sold out both merch. I sold the first merch line, and it sold so fast that I had to drop it again. So I did it again right before my second event, and I sold out like within a day. And yeah, so this time I decided to change up the whole design and make the shirts, the ones that were shirts, hoodies. Hoodies are just done now for that one, so I've made different designs for the hoodies. And I'm just doing designs that like I personally would wear. Like I'm going to be rocking all my own merch all the time. And
look, bro, like you can't like, I guess I can probably here. Look, I do the same thing.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So my second design, I've actually designed all my own merch so far, even for the second drop I just about to do. But for my fight shirts for my second event, I had a guy reach out to me. His name's Andrew Dibble.
Dibs,
And,
who's supposed to be here, is my normal co-host, Dibs.
And he actually made me my fight shirts for my team to wear at the Ice Wars too. And I'm hoping I can do a collab with him for this next drop, and he kind of distributes everything for me. And he's gonna make a few more designs, I hope. And
he's kind of talented. He kind of knows what he's doing.
Man, he's crazy. Like I did all my own mock-ups for this design too. And a day later, he sent me a few mock-ups, and he just made my mock-ups look like ass.
Well, and that's kind of what he does. Like I do all my posts, and then if I get busy, I'm like, "Hey, Dibs, can you throw one?" And then he sends me something 10 minutes later. I'm like, "I hate your soul because you do this with such ease." He's like, "What, man? What?" I mean, just I'm like, I spent 3 hours to create that one. I asked you something, and 10 minutes later, it's here, and I'm like, and you're like, "Yeah, it's kind of garbage, but here you go." I'm like, "Dude, that's fucking 1,000 times better than what I did."
And he's crazy at what he does. So that's the big reason I plan to go with him, because he just has a vision for that stuff. Even my fight shirts for my last event, I didn't give him any kind of criteria of what I wanted. He just made it up, and it was like perfect. And I was like, man, send me that. And he made sure it worked. He sent it straight to Enoch for me. He made sure it got sent. He made sure it got delivered. He made sure I picked it up, like everything. He's crazy at his job.
He is a talent with that. Well, we're going to close the bar up here, folks. For those of you that are just joining us, just finding us through Smoke, thank you so much. It is greatly appreciated. For all Smoke's family that joined us, thank you so much. Mother Angie, thank you so much for doing that for us. I cannot say how much I appreciate it. Nate, you also plan to kick your ass on fantasy football again. But Nate, thank you so much for jumping on and coming on as my man might be able to whoop your ass, but he couldn't whoop a cell phone today.
Apparently.
It was wearing him. Go ahead, shotgun that one. Look, he's going to shotgun one more for us. Look at that. You know, I don't know who shotguns Apple beer. It's just a weird thing. Like,
if Happy Dad wants to send me some stuff.
Happy Dad, what's it called?
It's called Happy Dad Seltzer.
Okay, haven't heard of that one.
It's actually from the States. So then the Nelk Boys, or Full Send, they made the seltzer, and it's the best seltzer you'll ever taste. So, it goes down like water, but it tastes unreal.
Right. You guys go find Happy Dad, find Justyce, send him some seltzer across the border, ship it across the border like smuggling or something like that. So if you found Justyce through us, make sure you take a moment, give us a like, follow, share on social media that you're on. Big one is if going on to whatever platform you listen to a podcast on, whether it be Apple, whether it be Spotify, that 5-star rating and a nice comment about this, you have no idea the difference it makes. This goes up, more people see this, more people see Justyce, more people know about Ice Wars. That is how Apple does it. That is how they get all this out and about. That's how Facebook does it. The more they get out there, the better that it is for all of us. So please do that. We also, remember, we got March 4th. Get that Fight TV app, FITE TV app, $20. You can't beat that. It's a hell of a lot cheaper than watching UFC or something like that. You can watch Smoke put on a Smoke show. Look at that, Smoke in the show, laying out the haymakers and laying down some Justyce. It took me a minute. I've got it. I figured it out. Think about it for a second. Laying down the Justyce, putting down the haymakers, and making a Smoke show. Justyce Smoke. Look at that. It took me a moment. I got it. But make sure you're checking them out. And if you're around, and you can check us out next week, we have Mother Justyce coming on next week. So Mother Justyce, for those who don't know, we're big. We always push. I am a big advocate for the wrongly accused and imprisoned. So Doreen, her son in New York City, just give everybody kind of a heads up of what this will be. So her son was wrongly accused, sent to jail for claiming that he was the head of a gang that requested a hit be put on somebody. Even the person who said that he did it ended up recanting what they said, the whole 9 yards, and goes as far as Doreen even did an article for Vanity Fair where she found the jurors to have committed perjury. So make sure you join us next week, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. Justice, where did you go? Did we lose Justice again? I hope we didn't lose Justice again. Justice, where did you go, bud?
Oh, is that working?
Yeah, I can hear you. So at least we got sound for a moment. So make sure you join us next week, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. Get all the follows. You can check out Doreen's story. If you're a parent, this story will break your heart. So, Justice, do not log off after this. We got to talk for a moment.
Okay.
But one of the big come on there, computer. But as we do on every episode, the guest gets the final word. So what's the final word?
Final word is tune in March 4th, 2023 for me to make another KO.
Alrighty, folks. Be sure to push your stool in.
This has been an Earplug Podcast presentation. Found on earplugpodcast.com, iTunes, SoundCloud, and wherever your favorite podcasts are found.